welcome to another edition of Mrs. Cford Vlogs. I'm Stephanie Crawford, and I'm thrilled to have you here with me today. I know it's been a while since I've posted. A lot of stuff's been happening. I know clearly we're dealing with a lot happening in the world right now with our pandemic. My dad just died, and I had the last several months were kind of consumed with family and doing those things. My husband and I opened our own board game store in January. So a lot of things have been happening. But I was doing a post for our business today with my husband, and we were playing this game with our customers because while we have to be closed, we want to stay connected. It's this game called Ha Ha Mustache, okay? It has famous mustaches. You hold them up on the card in front of your face, and the back of the card has, it's like here, it has clues, okay? And then each clue, if you can get it with the first clue, you get more points. And then when you bring it down to the fifth clue, it's only worth 1 point then, if it takes you all of that to get it. As we were doing this, and trying to engage with our customers daily, I started thinking, why can't we do that with our students during this time of e-learning, distance learning, whatever you're going to call it? It's a time that we're not used to. It's something new to all of us, to our students, to us. And it's hard for all of us to be kind of separated without that personal connection. And yeah, we can be assigning things and checking in, but that relationship building aspect that we have in the classroom is typically missing when we flip it over into this, when we haven't been able to really plan it and give it that thought. So here's an idea for how you can do something to be relationship building with your students that doesn't have to be content related, but you can certainly make it content related, okay? So first of all, let's take this game, Ha Ha Mustache. If I did this and told you your first clue was he was a children's toy, you might not know, right? But I could post this and post the clue underneath of it in text. I could have a picture. And then as you were guessing, if people didn't get it right, I could post the next clue, produced by Hasbro. Does anybody know it yet? My next clue starred in Pixar films. My next clue in 1986, he lost his pipe. And the last clue, originally a starchy object. So by this time, you'd have guessed it's Mr. Potato Head, right? When you're doing this, you can do that in your classroom. And yes, you could use mustaches, but you could also use things that you've worked with. It could be hairdos of famous people that you've been dealing with. You could print that off or draw it, or their eyes, or yes, a mustache or a beard, anything like that. If you've been studying people from different time periods, or characters from books, those can all work in there too. And you could really do kind of the same thing with a lot of different content. If you were wanting to really have an art lesson, you could also put up a painting and have people try to guess what the name of the painting or who the artist was and give clues to that. So it can be for younger to older students and really across contents. You can also do a bingo board. So you could make a bingo board that you ask your students to contribute to. You put it together. You might have to make a couple versions, which you could just do in a slide deck, and then copy it, and then just rearrange some of the spots. But you could have a bingo board that your students are playing as well with you. And maybe you have one board, but what you do is you ask each student to contribute a vocabulary word from sometime in the year. You put those words on the board, and then you, as the caller, give the definition and make them try to identify the word on their bingo board. That's still learning, but you're also having that personal connection. Give that time to build that, to have some jokes happen, to show that you're still there even if you're not there physically every day. You can also do this for your students if obviously, when we talk about equity, your students might not all have access to technology right now. I'm lucky that they do. If your students have access to technology, this is a great way to continue building relationships with them. And I would highly recommend that you do that. You don't have to have them all be in one place at one time. If you do a picture and then the text underneath it, you could have them guess by responding. You could even do a Flipgrid video, hold the mustache in front of your face, give the clues, and then have them reply to your video. That would allow them to interact. It doesn't have to be that live moment where everybody has to be available from 9 to 9:30. That's just not realistic right now. But with our tools like Flipgrid, or if you just have an LMS that you're using, for instance, ours is Canvas, I could post a picture of this or a video, and then I could type my clues underneath and then keep adding to my clues as I went. So it's a really easy way to stay connected with your students, to continue building those relationships with those students that do have access to technology. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. You can also step over, if you're on Facebook, to Cabbages and Kings Games for our Facebook page, and you can play along with us as we play Haha Mustache. And no, Mr. Potato Head will not be on there. All right, please, as always, reach out if you have questions, leave comments below. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for all your hard work, especially during this time when things are a little uncertain and we're all doing something new. You're appreciated and you're valued. Thank you. We'll see you next time on Mrs. Cford Vlogs.